With pre-season starting to heat up and the only transfer business so far being exits, Town fans are keen to start seeing some deals get done, with priority focus being in midfield. Not only has it been an area exploited by Premier League rivals last season, but since the end of last season, only Sam Morsy, Jack Taylor and Cam Humphreys remain in the centre of the park. We reckon the Town management team will be after at least 2 signings in this area, one for either midfield role in Kieran McKenna's system. Our mate Jacob Powley has done his research again. He's provided you a few options that you might know, and a couple beyond the usual targets that maybe you don't. Firstly, we'll look at the left side option. Here, we need an established starter who can cover the ground well, complete physically, but most importantly help Leif Davis track those runners in behind the half spaces. First option is Bristol City's Jason Knight. The energetic Irish international was a rumoured Blues target back in the summer window of 2023, and may be on the radar again. Despite being only 24, Knight has already clocked up 300 professional games, including every minute of Bristol City's run to the playoffs last season. He was given the captaincy at Ashton Gate by Liam Manning, and with a host of senior players departing Portman Road this summer, leadership will no doubt be a consideration when Town recruitment team assess potential incomings. Knight can play a number of midfield roles and primarily used as an all-action number 8, but his off-the-ball work has also seen him utilised further up the pitch too. He's both the quality and the attributes to be deployed as a pressing number 10, and that makes him a good option for the here and now, but also to the medium and long term as well. However, Bristol City will be expecting an 8-figure sum for his services. Jacob believes that's a price worth paying. How about you? Next up, someone we've talked about on the channel before, Nottingham Forest's Lewis O'Brien. O'Brien was unfortunate to move to Forest in the hectic 2022 transfer window, and the rapid rise of Forest has seen him left out in the cold at the City ground. His career has been interrupted by a succession of loan spells, the most recent a pretty strong spell at Swansea last season, where he showed that he's still a top-end midfielder when given a consistent run of games. The ex-Huddersfield man covers a lot of ground, tracks runners exceptionally well, and this was a big weakness of Town last season, where the left side were as often exploited by opponents. Like Knight, O'Brien is extremely versatile. The 26-year-old was sometimes used as a number 10 for Swansea and has even operated at left back in the past, where his left-footedness and athleticism would make him an able deputy to Leif Davis and Connor Townsend if needed. O'Brien has a year left on his deal, but Forest will likely be keen to get his wages off the books, so should be available for an affordable fee. However, Birmingham and Southampton are rumoured to be keen, so Town will need to act fast. Jordan James Wren. James's performances for relegated Birmingham a couple of seasons ago earned him a move to League 1 last summer. The 20-year-old became a regular in the side in the middle of the campaign, but was reduced to a bit part role by the end as his new side finished 12th. James is an all-rounder. Not only is he a powerful runner who can win the ball back and keep hold of it in tight spaces, but he crosses the ball better than most central players and can be a threat in front of goal too. Town fans may remember his strike at Portman Road for Birmingham back in February 2024, when he perfectly timed a late box crashing run to fire past Václav Kaladki. James has been loosely linked with Burnley and is rumoured to be available for around 12 million. Town are likely to be spending big on the left side of central midfield, and the Welsh international wouldn't need any adjustment period to Championship football and could quickly justify the sizable outlay. If Town can offer regular minutes to a player who will be hoping to represent his country at the World Cup next summer, this could be a good move for all parties. For the deeper midfield role on the right-hand side of Kieran McKenna's midfield, Town need a destroyer, in Jacob's words, who is just as comfortable collecting the ball under pressure as they are winning it back from opponents. Although a starter would be preferred, there is more scope for a younger project player in this position, particularly if Sam Morsy is to remain at the club, as we all hope. First option from Jacob is Aidan Morris at Middlesbrough. Whilst Town have rumoured interest in Borough teammate Hayden Hackney, Morris represents a more affordable option and a decent fit for this holding midfield role. The USA international plays a possession-based system at the Riverside and is a key part of their deep build-up play, always demanding the ball from Borough centre-backs and looking to progress forwards. As well as being comfortable dictating the play and shielding the ball under pressure, Morris is one of the toughest tacklers in the league, a trend from his time with MLS side Columbus Crew. This defensive tenacity provided a platform for Hackney to flourish further up the field for Borough, And with Town hoping to dominate the ball in the opposition half a little bit more this season, this right-sided central midfield option will need to do a lot of the unfashionable work to make this happen. Borough are in a decent FFP position, and the sale of Hackley is only likely to make that even better. So they might be reluctant to lose the physical presence of Morris in midfield as well. However, Rob Edwards' squad is in need a bit of overhaul, so they may be persuaded to help that rebuild if a generous offer was to come from Ipswich. A more left field, pun intended, choice is Nectar Triantis of Sunderland. Triantis arrived in the North East as a centre-back, but has enjoyed a rapid rise since his move into defensive midfield last summer. The Australian earned himself a nomination for the Scottish Premiership Young Player of the Season award during a loan spell at Hibs, and was unlucky to eventually miss out on that award. The 6'3", 22-year-old has excellent physical attributes, which could see him make the jump from Scotland to the top of the Championship and potentially even higher. Reported interest from Rangers is evidence that other clubs back in Scotland expect him to continue his improvements and eventually reach the top level. Triantis has great passing range and likes to play balls into the channels, and the departure of Cam Burgess means that someone is needed to release Leif Davis in behind Championship defences, which led to great success in 23-24. The question mark surrounding Triantis is whether he's ready to regularly start games for a possible promotion contender. Town may be looking for as many as 3 midfielders in this window, and any new holding player will probably be sharing minutes with Sam Morsey. If Town want to make an investment for the long term, the Australian is definitely a viable target. Another overseas option from Jacob is Stije Resink from Groningen. Resink is another promising young midfielder from the Eredivisie. He's already made 61 appearances in the Dutch top flight, but has stepped up a level since his move to Groningen a year ago. The 22-year-old defends large spaces exceptionally well and registered 3.4 tackles per 90 last season, the second highest in the league. He also has an excellent set-piece threat, grabbing 5 league goals. Resink's in-possession style is slightly different to what Town usually favour in a defensive midfielders, as he prefers to go long. However, much of this is due to tactical instructions, and his excellent ball carrying through the middle third would make him suited to either role in Town's midfield. Resink's market value of just under 3.4 million represents an affordable outlay for a parachute club and for a player who should not only adapt to English football quickly in Jacob's view, but also might offer some long-term resale value as well. Flynn Downes, Southampton. Downes has been among the best Championship midfielders in his last 2 spells back in the division, despite operating in a Russell Martin system which often left the defensive midfielders exposed as the number 8s pushed wide. He was one of the few opposition players to dominate, at least in part, Sam Morsey in their midfield battle 2 seasons ago, and his blend of tenacity and ball retention make him an obvious long-term successor to the Egyptian. On paper, this would be a tough deal to do. Southampton will be unlikely to want to sell a proven performer to a potential promotion rival, and losing Downes would contradict their stated desire to improve the team's physicality. However, with a deal between the 2 clubs almost done a few months ago, it's surely not impossible to resurrect that one. So what do you think of Jacob's options? Are there any other targets you think Town should be looking at? Let us know in the comments below, or join our transfer chat on Telegram 24/7. If we've given you a new name to show off to your mates with, or if you're already ITK, please give us a like anyway. Subscribe for dedicated Ipswich Town content as well as the new season starts to come into view.